Hi there, Shauvon here with just a couple of quick updates before we continue the rest of this video. Sitting down here in beautiful, sunny Amerville, anywhere. I just want to give my heartfelt thanks to everyone who watched my last video and who are watching this one right now. If you haven't, I suggest that you go and do that right now because this one is just a continuation of that one. Also, I think that one is probably a lot better than this one anyway, so you're gonna win off. You're gonna win. On that subject, I need to address something that has come up about my last video. Remember that sequence right at the beginning where I was trying to start the video and I kept getting interrupted by stuff? Well, it turns out certain viewers thought that something important was left out of that sequence. Well, I gotta fix this. Why is that? Okay, that's better. So, in honor of Mother's Day, I think it is fitting that I address those certain viewers right now. Mom, I'm very sorry that I left you out of my last video. You are every bit as annoying as my job and my cats and all the chores that I have to do around the house. You have just as much of an impact on my ability to make these videos, so please don't think otherwise. All seriousness aside, I really do want to make it clear that because it is Mother's Day, this one's weird too. Why is Well, I guess I just shouldn't look at all this stuff from the side. I could not have done any of this without my mom. So thank you so much, Mom. She is the one who got me into Lego originally when I was a kid. There's a cat interrupting me now. Specifically, I want to point out that certain viewers have reminded me that, in fact, the very battery box that I used in the last video to revive AirTech Claw Rig and bring it back to life, that battery box was purchased for me for a birthday or Christmas or something when I was a kid by none other than my mother. So, man, this stuff gets real dusty. Should hire an intern just to come down here and dust all of my Legos. So I guess if you want to apply for that position, you go ahead and do that. I would like to dedicate this video to my mom in honor of Mother's Day, but I think that's kind of silly because to limit it to just one video when clearly it's all thanks to her is kind of pointless. Thanks, Mom. I guess all of this is for you, which is a weird thing to say. It has also been brought to my attention by certain viewers that I could be taking advantage of my newfound YouTube popularity by advertising things. Clearly the obvious way to do that, as certain viewers have pointed out, would be to point out my mom's book. But it has nothing to do with Lego, so there isn't really any reason for me to do that. Without further ado, I present to you Giant Truck Part 7, Part 2, It Works. Previously on whatever this show is called. I have been working on this project for a while to build a Lego set that I remember from my childhood. What was it, step 7? Yeah, 7. Step 7. Progress is going to be halted until I can come up with these parts. 8868 AirTech Claw Rig. Claw Rig is going for $105 on Bricklink. Yeah, so the motor that came with AirTech Claw Rig doesn't work. I have another battery pack. It works. I'm not really sure what to do here. It works. It actually works. Welcome to It Works, a semi-annual show about stuff that actually works for a change. I'm your host, Shauvon McGill, and trust me, I'm as surprised as you are. It Works was brought to you by the Amerville Tourism Bureau. Amerville, the town to like. Welcome to Amerville, the town to like. Here in this sleepy burg, they have everything you need to be happy. And if they don't have it, they'll build it. Let's see what's new. Construction hits Amerville. A team of workers has arrived with a fleet of high-tech machinery, and they are hard at work on the newest addition to everyone's favorite town. The streets are abuzz with speculation over just what this new addition could be. No matter your theories, one thing is for sure, Amerville will soon have even more to like. I don't know what they're building, but I love coming downtown with my son to watch them work. Yeah, I want to be an architect when I grow up. Well, maybe tomorrow we'll go somewhere else. Please let it be a grocery store. I just hope it isn't another restaurant. I can't handle another price war. I don't know what they're building. I just wish they wouldn't start making all that noise so early in the morning. I was up all night reading this really great book called The Spirit Keeper. You should totally read it. Hey, wait, where are you going? Well, I for one am glad. It's about time they built that wall. Mom, for the last time, they aren't building a wall around East Amerville. Honey, you need to realize that we won't be safe until we can keep those people out of our streets. Oh, jeez, I wish you wouldn't say that stuff in public. Well, I heard they's building one of them hospitals. My pappy lost his hand 2 years ago, and he's still waiting for a doctor. It looks like a hole to me. You dummy, they're just getting started. Duh. Since when does building up mean digging down? Those are like two opposite directions there. I don't even know how to respond to that. Yeah, I got you this time, don't I? Who's the dummy now? Calling me a dummy but don't knows your ups from your downs. I hope it's a racetrack. Man, I wish we had a racetrack. One man surely knows the score, and that's Amerville's own Mayor Goodman. We here at the mayor's office are striving to make Amerville the best it can be. If that means round-the-clock construction, then round-the-clock it is. There's no surer sign of progress than seeing that yellow and gray heart of work, improving infrastructure, or adding to our famous skyline. That's why I pushed forward the Make Amerville Bigger initiative. Also, jobs and stuff. What could Amerville possibly need? You'll never know unless you visit today. All right, here we are on another episode of It Works. In fact, the only episode of It Works, because it's such a rare occasion. But I'm Shauvon McGill, and we're going to be taking a look at AirTech Claw Rig, which works after 24 years. Then I will push the button, and that starts the compressor working. There it goes. So, as the compressor pumps, we can flip these levers on the side, which will do different things. I just realized this part is broken. So even though the compressor works and the motor works, does the rest of it? Let's find out. The pneumatics could use some grease after all these years, which is to be expected. The thing I really wanted to try out was just how strong AirTech Claw Rig is. Let's see how powerful AirTech is. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to find, this seems reasonable enough, we have this little octane fuel container, which we are going to place within the radius of the claw. I'm going to start up the motor and I'm going to see if I can pick it up. Okay, now, so I'm going to want to, alright, this thing keeps falling apart. See again, Technic has come a long way, really. Because I feel like today you would never have a set where one piece just keeps falling apart all the time. Alright, so we're open. This one's going to lower it. So I'm going to try to keep that there. And I believe this one, okay, this one raises and lowers the arm, so this one should turn it. And I might need to give it a little push, okay? Seem to be in line now. Let's see if we can lower it here. I want to extend the arm just a little bit. It's a little bit, and it's falling apart as I'm saying this. It is a little bit hard to get it just right, but I got it. Now let's see if we can close it. Is it strong enough? If I pick it up, no. It's not really strong enough. Pick it up. Alright, let's try it again. We're so close. So, can we close? Okay, there we go. And then pick it up. Oh, that turns it this way. Hey, we did it! We picked it up. Now can we put it over here? Give it just a little nudge. Now we can drive away with our octane fuel container. So, it works! And it can pick stuff up. And, with just a tiny amount of hand-holding by my part. And we can even put it back down. Let's see, open it back up. Lift the arm back out of the way. Okay, so it works. AirTech Claw Rig from 1992 is working today in 2016, and I'd like to see somebody else say the same thing. I am from earlier than 1992, a few years earlier, and it is currently 2016, and as you can see, it's the middle of the afternoon. I am not working. AirTech Claw Rig, it still works. Back to you in the studio.
It Works was filmed before a live studio audience of cats. Promotional consideration provided by AirTech.
AirTech still works after 24 years. Just don't leave your batteries in there, dingus. AirTech! So anyway, AirTech Claw Rig.
AirTech Claw Rig.
AirTech Claw Rig.
Model number 8868, containing the highest piece count and highest price of any set released in 1992. Original retail price, $139. 953 pieces. Features articulated pneumatic crane with electric motor-driven compressor, 6-cylinder engine, 2 independent differential assemblies, 5 pneumatic actuators, rack and pinion steering, 6 wheels, 3 chairs, 4.58 meters of pneumatic tubing, 41.5 centimeters long, 13 centimeters wide, 23 centimeters tall. 8868 AirTech Claw Rig.
Featuring the first appearances of small pneumatic pump, small pneumatic cylinder with 2 inlets, 4 centimeter rigid hose, 4.8 centimeter rigid hose, 7.2 centimeter rigid hose, Technic plate rotor with toothed ends in yellow, 9-volt battery box in black and yellow, palm tree trunk in light gray, Technic beam triangle in white, Technic plate 1x5 with toothed end mounts, 2 studs and center axle hole in light gray, Technic cylinder 4x4x1 2/3 with axle holes. So where were we?
Step 7.
All right, step 7. Boy, it's been a long road, but thanks to AirTech Claw Rig, we can finally complete the 7th step of an almost 20-year-old Lego set. Let's take a look at step 7 again. Okay. Now, I've prepared a little speech, if I may.
People of the internet, colleagues, and if I may be so bold, friends. Today we see the fulfillment of Step 7 of Giant Truck. As we admire and reflect on the accomplishments of these 19 Lego pieces on their achievement, let us take a moment to reflect on what this day means to us all. You see, this achievement means so much more than just incremental progress. This step might not be particularly noteworthy. 7 is not the largest step, nor the smallest. It has no particularly special parts or colors. No special details are starting to take shape yet. In the grand scheme of things, you might see Step 7 as a small step. And you would be right. Does that make it less important? I would argue that Step 7 is even more so. After all, one small step can, dare I say it, change the world. A journey of 1,000,000 miles begins with a single step. And who can forget the infamous step taken by Neil Armstrong at the end of his 1,000,000-mile journey? Step 7 might not be a giant leap for mankind, but it is a small step. A small step closer to the dream of one man. As we gather here today, something like a year or two after I started this project, consider how important one step is. I mean, how long has it been since I made any progress on Giant Truck? Like 9 months or something? Right. That's incredible. And it just goes to show that when you are lazy and ineffectual and kind of incompetent, any progress at all is pretty amazing when you get down to it. Take a moment. I realize I've already asked you to take several moments at this point, but bear with me. Take a moment to acknowledge the achievement of these 19 Lego pieces. They were born into life as parts of smaller, inferior sets, but they strove for so much more. They will be better than they were, and form an important piece of, dare I say it, the greatest Lego set ever made. Through hard work, determination, and being the right shape and color, these parts will be far cooler than they ever could have been. Much more giant, far more truck. Will they be the most important part of Giant Truck? Yes, because all of the pieces are important. Without them, there would be like a big hole in the side or something. So, raise your glass, internet friends, to these hero parts. These gods among bricks. These, the Magnificent Sevens. But, first I have to find them all. And that means going back inside. Let's do this.
So here it is, Step 7 finally done.
That's it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm making progress.
You bought that whole big crane thing for that?
Well, AirTech Claw Rig only provided a couple of these pieces, but...
It doesn't really look like a big truck yet.
Well, no, it's a small step, but it's like a small step closer to my dream, you know? I mean, I just gave this whole speech outside about how all the pieces are important, even the little ones.
That's stupid. So what do you want for dinner?
Man, where's the foreman?
He promised he was gonna buy the first round, and then he doesn't show up?
Typical foreman.
Yeah, like he's got somewhere so much better to be than here. Oh, come on, you idiots! Somebody let me down from here!